Welcome back to another episode of The Wandering Eye. Today's episode, I want to be talking about why the civil rights movement of the 50s and 60s was a complete failure for the black community. So, civil rights movement happened between the years 1954 and 1968. During that time period, there was a big play on ending the segregation and stopping the racial discrimination that we were faced against during that specific time, as well as in the Jim Crow South and what have you. The reason I feel that the civil rights movement was a failure for the black community was because, for the most part, it just lulled the black community to sleep. There's continuously racial discrimination. There's continuous murder and brutal savagery that happens to the black community on a daily basis that, for whatever reason, we're continues to be shocked by. So the civil rights movement, in the history books, and a lot of people that acknowledge it, MLK was the spearhead of this particular movement. He just gave us the wrong insight. It was the wrong approach. I could see his logic behind it, being an understanding individual, but the bottom line is, if somebody tells you that they hate you, they don't want to be around you, they don't want to be near you, you aren't going to force yourself onto that individual. If somebody tells you they don't want to be around you, they hate you, you're going to be away from that person. Simple as that. So the civil rights movement forced us to be in this particular area, in this space, with these people who, for the past 200 years, 300 years, had just had us enslaved. Like, there was no, hey, well, how you doing? You know what I mean? Like, there's no kumbaya, in essence. It was just, oh, you guys tell us we can't eat here, we can't do this, we can't do that. Well, we're going to show you that we can do it. Instead of taking that energy and implementing into building our own cities, which we did, that they did get bombed, but that doesn't mean that you need to stop. This is my problem. Every time something happens with the white community takes immediate action, whether that be arming themselves, physical protests, not these peaceful protests that black people is on, and they force change. End of slavery. What did the South do? They said, we breaking off, we making our own stuff, we can go to war for ours. When's the last time black people went to war for us? Or for ourselves, I should say. Because we don't do it. I'm not sure why we don't do it. It might be because we're scared, we're fearful. We feel like they're still our oppressors. We feel like we're inferior. I don't know. But what I can say is that the whole mindset of trying to get in where you don't fit in, it completely failed us. Because just because now that we're integrated doesn't stop the hate that still happens. All it did was turn front page racists into closet racists. So now black people is thinking, oh, there's no racism. Everybody's kumbaya. Everybody's a human. Black, brown, yellow, white, red, green, whatever. We should all love each other, and that's what we teach our children. That's what we teach our people in our family. But that's unrealistic. That's not how it is in real life. The fact of the matter is, majority of these people was raised by racists, who was raised by racists, who was raised by racists. So they're going to continue to pass down their traditional ways. And I could be mad at the fact that they're not living as a righteous human being, but I can't be mad at the fact that all they're doing is passing down their tradition. The problem with black people is we have no tradition to pass down. We're always looking for something. We're always looking for them for guidance, and I can attribute that back to the civil rights movement. Instead of, for lack of a better term, nutting up and doing it ourselves. Now we doing it for the sake of white people. Now we bringing all of our business to white people. Now we're bringing all of our communities to white people. Like, instead of trying to prove a point that we can belong with them, because what I really think it was a lot of the black people really wanted to marry that white woman. A lot of black people wanted to do this with the white woman, do that with the white woman, or vice versa. Do this with the white man, do that with the white man. Like, that's the problem. But there's no signified unity. It's always some type of misdirection that's happening to us. Like, I don't understand. But back to my point, we're bringing all this to them when we could have spent that energy moving away from them and building our own. We could have had our own banks, our own schools, our own hospitals, our own police force, malls, etc., beaches, whatever. There was a possibility, there was a chance for us to accomplish this feat if we put forth great effort into it. Whatever we put effort into, we seem to accomplish. And it's our spirit that allows us to accomplish this. It's the strength that we have within ourselves. But what we're doing is we're relying on a particular group of individuals to tell us that we're great, to tell us we need their validation. I feel like the civil rights movement was nothing more than trying to get validation and approval from white people, which is completely ridiculous. Because in actuality, they're trying to prove a point to us. Now, everybody sees how powerful we are except for us. I shouldn't have to tell you how powerful we are. You should just wake up in the morning and look yourself in the mirror, and something should spark inside, a flame should spark inside of you. You know what I mean? That's the natural power that we have within that lacks in all the other people on this earth. And it's simple as that. And to continue on, from my previous points, we're always looking for validation. All this movement was glorified validation from people who hate you. So for MLK to preach this nonviolent Jesus mentality approach to a community that was being brutalized and attacked by savages was the completely wrong approach. And even at the end of his life, he said that he felt like he was leading his people into a burning building, which he was. And I'm glad that he finally realized what the problem was. Like, you can't expect people who've hated you their entire existence to all of a sudden, within the next 40, 50 years, to all of a sudden be kumbaya and love you and be cool with you. Like, of course, not all of them are like that. That's not what I'm saying. That'd be a stupid generalization for me to make. But history continues to repeat itself and continues to show black people these type of individuals do not want you around. They don't want to be near you. They don't want to be in the school. They don't want to be in the same school as you. They don't want to be in the same city as you, the same malls, supermarkets, whatever. That's fine. That's cool. I'd much rather you be blatantly and openly racist in my face than be a closet racist and be bickering and snickering and doing all this stuff behind my back, and then me acting surprised when something gets caught on camera, when you've literally been doing this for the last 2,000 years at minimum. So if somebody acts a particular way for 2,000 years, why all of a sudden now are we acting like, oh my God, this is crazy that we're fed up that we keep doing this? You don't think we was fed up at year 10 or year 20 or year 100 or year 1,000? Like, this is 2,020 years we've been fed up. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, we need to wake up and realize that not everything is this fairy tale that America tries to portray to us. They try to sell this hand in hand, arm in arm type of world or country, I should say, and that's not the case. That's not what it is. And All black people have is leaders who send them in the wrong direction. Literally, as far as I'm concerned, a majority of these individuals need a leader. They're looking towards somebody or something to lead them. And at every step of the way, the leaders we needed were killed, brutalized, imprisoned, and all the leaders we didn't need were propped up and glorified, such as Farrakhan or Martin Luther King or whoever else may be. But they're all, we don't need them. Like, we don't, the whole MLK mentality is trash. Like, you should not let somebody brutalize you and your family and not do anything about it. Like, I don't understand that. And it is not about being evil or whatever. It's about defending yourself and defending your family. You don't just let somebody beat on you, spit on you, and murder you, and you just stand idly by. That's the wrong approach. Louis Farrakhan, that's a whole video for a whole nother day. Like, we got all these coons in leadership positions, all these people who are agents who don't really care about the well-being of black people, that are in these positions of power, and they do nothing for us. So it's a lot that we gotta get to get out of the hole that we're in, and that 14-15 year stretch right in the middle put us back about 50 years. So we still digging to get up out of that. Like, I don't know when we are going to, but it's seems like there's kind of an avalanche that's beginning to swell up. So hopefully there's some change that can occur. Like, I'm talking to people every single day trying to figure out what we can do to make a change, make something like different in this world. Like, I'm tired of our history always being that we're in an inferior position. I'm sick of it. So that's gonna wrap up this episode. We're gonna be talking about a whole lot. I'm dropping videos all week long. Check out the iSociety clothing.org website. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share it. I got a lot of stuff coming this week. This is just the beginning of it. Again, I don't want to make these videos too long. Just something quick to get your mind and your brain flowing. You know what I'm saying? So comment down below, give me some feedback, let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you in the next video.